Alright lads and lasses, and puppy. Right, very quick Switch collection overview, purely because I'm thinking about moving some of this on. So sort of capture it for my own sake, so I can remember what I had. Some of these limited run and signature edition, mainly limited run, a little bit of signature edition there with the Alex Kidd. But yeah, had to get Doom when that came out, classic collection. So it's what is it? Doom 2, Doom 3. It's really nice to be able to play through Doom and see the end of these games with the save states as well. Alex Kidd, had to pick this up, just such a classic on the Master System. I love the way you can flick between like modern graphics on this and original. Streets of Rage 4, I had to get this when it came out. This is the Mega Drive. Excuse the camera work here. This is the Mega Drive edition. I remember when this did arrive, I thought, blimey, that's a massive box. I thought it was actually going to be like a life-size Mega Drive box. I only played through Streets of Rage 4 once. I think I just generally prefer playing the old games, to be honest. Now, I have also missed out on I forget what it's called, but the new Shinobi game, which was tempting me. And I thought that would be a nice addition along to get the classic edition from Limited Run alongside that one. But I missed the deadline. It was Sunday night, I think, last week. I was umming and ahhing about whether to pay the going rate for that, and I've let it slip. And I've kind of got my doubts about the new Shinobi. I mean, it does look good, but I think it's going to be similar to Streets of Rage 4, where I'd just rather go back and play one of the original ones. Now, this was a massive disappointment. Again, Limited Run, Shadow Man. They didn't update the control system, and I've tried to play it, and I've not played this since late 90s, or maybe very early 2000s. I completed this back in the day. This is a real special game to me, which I'll talk about that more when I eventually get around to doing an N64 video. And I completed this back in the day, and a close mate friend of mine also completed this, and we used to talk about it quite a bit. But I've got a lot more to say about this, but it's going to be on a N64 video. And I thought, when they announced this, I thought, yes, I'm well on that, and I'd love to play that through again. But it's 2025, booting up the game without any sort of update to the controls. Yeah, massively disappointing. Anyway, next, Worms Armageddon. This was a present from my brother. This Worms Armageddon back in the day on the N64, it was just such an absolute multiplayer staple of all of ours. Just absolutely loved it. So to be able to play this online now, when my brother gets his arse online, is brilliant. Again, talk about this game in my when I do an N64 video. I love booting up the cartridge, my original N64 cartridge, because it's got the teams that I made back in the day, and all my mates, all their teams are saved on there. So I'd love to capture a bit of footage of that before the battery eventually gives out, or I need to replace it. Next, Shredder's Revenge. I suppose in a similar vein to Streets of Rage 4. It's a good game, but I've just not managed to finish it. I'm just truly not really that into it. I mean, we'll come on to this. That's probably a big reason why I don't particularly enjoy Shredder's Revenge. Next, this was doing the rounds, weren't it? When this first came out, this was sort of popping. It's still sealed. I'm never going to play it. If it's worth a few quid, that is potentially going to go. Right, just quickly rattle through. So that's a steelbook that came with Skyward Sword. Never played Skyward Sword. Always been into the 3D Zeldas, but the Wii and the Wii U era of Nintendo just completely passed me by. I just weren't interested in it. But maybe at some point I'll get back and play it. Best game ever made, in my opinion. Very much like what Steve says, Retro Red Steve. It might not be my favourite game of all time, but for me, that is the best game ever made. And I'm halfway through Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played it for some time, but I will go back and finish that. And I shall not be buying a Switch 2 until the next big Zelda game comes out. Street Fighter 30th anniversary. Picked this up off Pedro, actually. Did me a decent price on that. Cowabunga collection. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Love that. To be able to play all the arcade games and stuff, as well as like some of the console games that I love playing so much. That is a real. I'm really happy to have that. Mario Kart 8, don't like it, don't play it. I've got no interest in modern Mario Kart, including the first impressions of the new. I mean, I've not played it, but from what I've seen of Mario Kart World, I'm not too sure. If I'm going to play a Mario Kart game, it's going to be on the SNES or battle mode on the N64. I'm just a bit of a dinosaur like that. Spoken about Shredder's Revenge. There's Worms. Spoken about that. Did try to get back into this, but I think what put me off was learning like a different Worms game. I kind of got to know this one inside and out back in the day, and I just haven't got it in me to like learn a new game. But I have heard that this one is good. Overcooked, love playing that with the missus, good fun. Stardew Valley, put about 50 hours into that. It was actually quite good fun. It's just something a bit different, something to chill out with. Valfaris now, I was enjoying that. I did stop, but I got deep enough into it, did kind of run out of steam with it, but yeah, addictive little game. Because the autosave points, actually no, it's not autosave, you do have to trigger them, don't you? But they're frequent enough, they do keep you coming back. Love the soundtrack on that. Shovel Knight, this was a present, can't really get into it. There's Alex Kidd, spoken about that. Final Fantasy 7 and 8. I started Final Fantasy 7 now. I was an N64 kid back in the day, so I didn't play the Final Fantasies until 10 on the PS2. And I haven't even got onto the big, the big open world yet. And I've kind of got myself a bit lost. But I might possibly go back to that. Skyrim, this is never going to be played because I put 150 hours back in the day on the 360 into Skyrim. I went through every guild, did every side quest, did all the DLC. Absolutely loved it. This was my chill out game when I was getting pissed off with Call of Duty. It's nice to have it for the Switch. It's nice to have that option to play it. But I just don't see me ever going back to Skyrim again, to be fair. And I'm hopeful that we will get an Elder Scrolls 6. I believe it's been announced, but yeah, it could be. Who knows how many years away that's going to be. Then, just because it's Resident Evil, I've got it on every system. Nice to have it on the Switch. I have played it. I have completed it on the Switch. Well, Resi 1 anyway. I haven't gone back and done 0. The Escapist, it sounded good but in practice I can't really be bothered with it, to be fair. Spoke about Streets of Rage 4, spoke about Shadow Man. There's Doom, and in a very similar vein to Doom, to have Quake 1 and 2 on the Switch, to be able to actually get to the end of these games without spamming the cheats is nice. Switch is kind of given like a second. It's given like a second win to games like Doom. I was hoping it would do the same, as I said, for the likes of Shadow Man, but it's a real shame. I mean, when everyone started playing GoldenEye again a couple of years ago, it come out on the Switch, come out on Xbox and probably PS4, whatever. And they updated the controls on the Xbox. It was brilliant to play GoldenEye with modern controls, but Nintendo didn't. They kind of kept it the same. And I was talking to my missus' older brother, and he was trying to play it on the Switch. He just said, it's just unplayable. So I said, mate, you need to get yourself an Xbox. Because they updated the controls and it was good. So, like I say, I can see me thinning this collection out a little bit, because much of this is probably never going to be played. But it is nice to capture a tiny little bit of PlayStation 4 there. Probably the only time I'll ever show it on the channel, but the Xbox is definitely the main console as far as modern gen goes. But yeah, brilliant. I mean, originally with the Switch, I thought, to be honest, if I played nothing but these two, I'd get my money's worth out of the Switch, 100%. So anything beyond these two games is a massive bonus. So I think it's been a success, definitely. I'm just sort of minded to kind of move a few bits and pieces on, because it's not going to get used. So yeah, that's it. Cheers.